Have you ever wondered how many languages exist in our country? Which language connects the world? And what happens when technology begins to speak in our mother tongue? Let's check it out here. I am Justin Joseph. You are watching Pallikkutam Digest presented by Rajagiri Media. What is the national language of India? Hindi, isn't it? No, absolutely not. Then what? The truth is, India has no national language. Here is the first story. Let's talk about the language diversity of India.
India is a land of diversity, different cultures, rituals, religions, languages, and communities. And this diversity is not our weakness, but our uniqueness and strength.
In 1956, the States Reorganization Act reorganized the country on linguistic lines, creating 14 states and 6 union territories. Over the years, new states were carved out for ethnic, cultural, historical, administrative, or political reasons. Today, India has 28 states and 8 union territories. According to the Census of India 2001, we have 19,569 mother tongues reported. Among them, only 121 are spoken widely, while 197 languages are endangered, according to UNESCO's Atlas of the World's Languages in Danger.
In a country so rich in languages, how can one be called the national language? Hindi is not our national language. It is the official language of the Union, as per Article 343 of the Constitution. Alongside it, English continues as an associate official language under the Official Languages Act, 1963. The Constitution also recognizes 22 official languages in its 8th schedule. They are
Assamese, Kashmiri, Konkani, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Bodo, Dogri, Maithili, and Santali.
And thanks to the simultaneous interpretation service in Parliament, MPs can speak in any of these languages, while human interpreters instantly translate for all. Isn't that beautiful? In India, no single language dominates. Every language is a voice of identity, culture, and belonging. Be proud of our linguistic heritage, and let's preserve it for the generations to come, with respect, with technology, and with love.
Now we can check out the possibilities of AI connecting the various Indian languages in our next story.
India is a land of languages. 22 official ones and hundreds of dialects. Beautiful, yes, but sometimes a barrier. Imagine doing your job when instructions come in a language you cannot fully read.
That was the daily struggle of Vineet Sawant, a delivery driver in Mumbai. The BBC reported that he speaks Marathi, but most delivery notes were written only in English. He had to depend on others, and mistakes slowed him down.
Things changed when his company, Zepto, added an AI-powered translation tool from Reverie Language Technologies. Now, Vineet can switch between 6 Indian languages, including Marathi. His deliveries jumped from 10 a day to nearly 30.
When the app speaks our language, we feel more confident, he told the BBC.
This is not only about one driver. Across India, millions face the same challenge. That is why the government launched Bhashini in 2022. Bhashini has already created more than 350 AI language models, processed over 1 billion tasks, and supports all 22 official languages.
It powers multilingual chatbots for public services and translates government schemes into local tongues. As Amitabh Nag, CEO of Bhashini, explains, it ensures India's cultural and linguistic representation by building India-specific AI models.
AI is also reaching healthcare. At IIT Mumbai, Professor Kshitij Jadhav is developing an AI system to help people quit smoking.
The tool identifies what kind of support each person needs and delivers it with empathy in multiple languages. The aim is to expand it across all 22 Indian languages.
We have heard about mother tongues, home languages, and native languages. Have you heard about living languages? And where do we find the most living languages in the world? Let's check it out.
We know India is a land of many tongues. We know that more than 100 languages are spoken across our country today.
So, is India the #1 country in the world for living languages? The answer may surprise you. No. India is ranked 4th. Above India are Indonesia, Nigeria, and at the very top is Papua New Guinea.
According to data from the Summer Institute of Linguistics International in 2024, Papua New Guinea, a small island nation in the Pacific, has 840 living languages, more than any other country on Earth.
Now you may ask, what is a living language? A living language is one that at least one person speaks as their first language.
Across the world, there are over 7,000 living languages, and amazingly, more than 10% of them are spoken in Papua New Guinea alone. How did this happen? History and geography hold the answers. Humans first settled there nearly 50,000 years ago, giving time for many languages to develop. About 3,500 years ago, Austronesian speakers arrived, adding even more diversity.
The land itself also shaped this richness. Papua New Guinea is full of deep valleys, rugged mountains, and isolated tribes.
Without a single central authority in early history, no one language dominated. Instead, hundreds of tongues survived and grew among its 9.4 million people. India may not be #1, but both our nation and Papua New Guinea show us something important. Languages are treasures of human culture. Let us celebrate and preserve this linguistic diversity worldwide.
We just heard about our native languages, the official languages and the living languages. We also know about the global languages. Now let us discover the global languages, the most prominent among them, and a bit history.
We have learned about India's linguistic diversity and the prominent languages. Now let's turn to global languages. Have you ever wondered what makes a language global and why English is called the lingua franca of our times? Let's explore.
First, think about how you communicate when you travel to a new country. You may not know the local language, but there's usually one common language that helps you connect. That's what we call a global language.
Today, 6 languages stand out as global: English, French, Spanish, Russian, Chinese, and Arabic. These languages are not just spoken by millions as mother tongues. They are also used in diplomacy, business, science, and international institutions like the United Nations.
Take French, long the language of diplomacy, or Spanish, spread across Europe and the Americas. Russian still holds weight in Eurasia. Arabic connects the Middle East and North Africa. And of course, Chinese, with the world's largest native-speaking population.
But among them, one language clearly dominates: English. With over 1.5 billion speakers worldwide, English has become the common language of technology, higher education, aviation, and even the internet. It's the bridge that links people across cultures, making it the true lingua franca of today. Yet, this is not the first time the world had a common tongue. Long before English, Latin was history's earliest global language. Spread by Roman soldiers and traders, Latin united Europe and remained the language of learning and the church for centuries. Over time, though, it fragmented into new tongues such as Spanish, Portuguese, French, Italian, losing its global role.
So could history repeat itself? Some ask whether Hindi, spoken by more than 600 million people, could one day become global.
While it's still largely confined to South Asia, its influence is growing through culture, cinema, and diaspora communities. What we see is that languages rise and fall with history, politics, and power. Latin gave way to European languages, and English rose with science, trade, and globalization. Today, English is our common bridge. But the story of global languages is never fixed. It's still being written by people like you, every day.
And now the grand surprise. We have explored Indian languages, world languages, and even how they shape society. Now, Gen Alpha's own language are now part of the Cambridge Dictionary. Happy? Let's check it out.
Cambridge gets delulu. Gen Alpha words go official. Gen Alpha's own language are now part of the Cambridge Dictionary.
Yes, words like skibidi, delulu, and tradwife are officially in.
Skibidi began as a funny internet meme. Now people use it to mean cool, bad, or sometimes just nonsense.
Delulu is short for delusional. Like when you think your exams will pass while you scroll reels all night. That's being delulu.
Or believing your favorite movie star will one day knock on your door. Totally delulu.
Then comes tradwife, a mix of traditional and wife. It describes women on social media who show old-style homemaking, including cooking, child-rearing, vintage dresses, and almost like living in the 1950s.
But that's not all. New words also reflect modern life. For example, snackable. This means content you can enjoy in small bites like reels, memes, or short videos. Perfect for shrinking attention spans.
Yes, snackable is why no one watches 3-hour lectures anymore. They want 30-second clips.
Another is mouse jiggler. Sounds funny, right? It's a gadget that keeps your computer awake so the boss thinks you're working. A true work-from-home invention.
And then there's work spouse. This is not romance. It simply means a colleague you trust and support at work, almost like a best friend in the office.
2 old phrases also got fresh updates. Red flag for a warning sign of danger, and green flag for a positive sign of success. Social media loves these for judging friendships and relationships.
Beyond slang, the dictionary also added serious terms. Forever chemical refers to harmful artificial chemicals that never break down in nature.
And rack. That's reinforced autoclaved aerated concrete, a lightweight building material that caused safety concerns in UK schools.
From silly internet jokes to serious science, these new words show us that language is alive. It grows with culture, technology, and even memes.
And whether it's Sanskrit or skibidi, every word carries a story about people and their times. That's why we celebrate language diversity.
The diversity of languages is not a weakness or a source of division, but the strength of every nation. It is truly a blessing in disguise. Languages, ancient and modern, serious and funny, connect people, carry culture, and keep changing with time. That is why we celebrate language diversity. That's all for this month. We will be back next month with fresh stories and a brand new theme. Until then, stay curious, keep learning, and goodbye from Pallikkutam Digest for Students, presented by Rajagiri Media. Thank you.